In this topic, we will be seeing something which is quite similar to what we have learned in the past class. Past class, we were talking about sharing of authority from superior to subordinate. In this topic, we are talking about a very similar thing, but it is not just merely between superior and subordinate, it is throughout the organization, sharing of authority throughout the organization in delegation as well as the concept which we are going to learn. Both are talking about sharing of authority, but here the difference is that sharing of authority is not just merely with the immediate subordinate, it is throughout the organization or even to the lower levels. And that concept which is talking about transferring of authority or systematic delegation of authority throughout the organization, throughout all the levels, we call it by the name decentralization. And we start with the topic decentralization. Now, what is decentralization? Decentralization is systematic delegation of authority. Systematic delegation of authority. It is systematic delegation of authority to the lower levels. To the lower levels. So, what it is differentiated from delegation in this way. Delegation is just concerned with sharing of authority with the superior and subordinate. Here the difference is that it is concerned with sharing of authority throughout the organization, or decision making power is given to lower levels. Decision making power is shared to lower levels. Now, in the principles of management, we have learned about centralization and decentralization. Centralization was concentration of power in few hands, whereas decentralization is sharing of power, or decision making power is given to number of persons, or decision making power is there with many persons. Now, other words, we can say decision making authority is pushed down the chain of command, not only the top most management, even to the lower management decision making power is given. Wherever the action is taken, the decision making is happening there, or they are given the right to make decisions. Now, you have to understand that delegation is a very required concept in management, whereas decentralization is an optional one. It is not very required that a decentralization must happen in an organization. Decentralization can or cannot be happen, whichever be. It is a choice made by the management. Now, why should an organization go for decentralization? That is a question which we have to ask. Why should a organization choose for decentralization? Of course, the benefits of decentralization speaks about that, or importance of decentralization is talking about that. Now, we are going to see the importance or the benefits of decentralization. One of the matter which gives importance to decentralization is that it develops initiative among employees. It's develop initiative among employees. Means every time when decision making power is given to them, or when they are given chance to take decisions, automatically it adds on to the confidence of employee, or there is a self-reliance they are learning. They will learn to take or learn to depend upon their judgment. When a problem comes, they have to, or they are forced to, or they will have to, surely they will have to go for finding out a solution. That build in confidence within them, or they will learn to rely on their ideas, they will learn to rely on their solutions. So automatically there is a initiative coming up from the part of employees. Automatically through decentralization we can easily find out those employees with potential who can become future leaders. So initiative can be built up, self-reliance, confidence through the decisions they are taking, through the solutions they are finding out, through the judgment they are making. They can build in initiative within them. That is one of the factor which makes decentralization important. Second one is it develops managerial talent. Develops managerial talent. Managerial talent for future. It develops managerial talent for future. That means it helps, or decentralization helps employees to rise up to the situations, and they are getting a chance to handle the assignments independently. Automatically they will learn to manage the situation. When a situation arises, how they have to behave, they are getting an idea regarding that, and automatically they can find out their own ability, they can rise to the situations, and it helps in developing a reservoir of manpower. Reservoir of manpower. They will have ideas, they will have solutions, they will learn to stand by themselves. So automatically that develops a reservoir of manpower for future managers. We can get persons with good judgments, good thinkings, good initiatives. Automatically it builds in managerial talent for future. Third one is quick decision making. Quick decision making. Quick decision making. Quick decision making, because in delegation what happens is that it has to follow, or when it is centralized, when the decision making power is in the hands of few, automatically for every decision we have to get back to the superior. But when we come to decentralization, decentralization gives a situation, or creates a situation where all the decisions are taken at the nearest point of action. That means whomever is handling a particular task, whomever is doing a particular job, they will be given freedom to take the decision. So every decision is taken near the point of action. Decision is taken near the point of action. So we don't have to spend too much of time for that. So the process will be very faster. When a task is to be done, we can easily decide. We need not wait for the approval or anything. Concerned, only very serious things need to be approved. Other than that, much lesser important thing can be decided by the persons whomever is doing that, because authority is shared to the lower levels. And another thing is that as the information passes up and down, there is a chance for it to get scattered or distorted. But when decentralization happens, this information will not be scattered or distorted. So that is also helping us in saving time regarding decision making, because all the decisions are taken near the point of action. That is another point which brings in importance for decentralization. And the fourth one is it is relief to top management. Relief to top management. It is relief to top management, because in delegation what happens is that even though work is shared, the manager will stand responsible for that. But here each work is done by a person, they are given the right to take decision, and the amount of direct supervision is reduced. We don't have to go behind them, because they will be responsible for their decision, they will be responsible for the measures they are doing. So automatically the amount of direct supervision is coming down. Each subordinate is given freedom to act according to their vision, and because of this one, because there is no direct supervision, there is a lot of time saved for the superior. So they can put in more time, or top management can use more time for much more important things, or policy decisions can be taken. They can devote their time for major policy decisions and finding out a much better way of performing other tasks. They can think much better things for future for the organization. So automatically it is helping the top management to find out time to look into much more important things, because most of the things are being shared with the subordinates or the lower level management, and they are given chance to take decisions. So that is also another importance of decentralization. Now the fifth one is it facilitates growth. Facilitates growth because there is a greater level of freedom given. There is a greater level of autonomy in the organization. Every level or a person at all the levels of management is given chance to go for decisions, act according to their ideas or their innovative ideas can be expressed, and they can find out the best suited methods for the departments, and automatically there can be a healthy competition among the departments, because each one will try to excel in their job, because they have to prove themselves up to a level, because they are doing job in their own style and they will be held responsible. Automatically they will be functioning in a best suited manner which they think they can excel. That in turn can create a healthy competition among departments, and automatically it can help organization to develop. Efficiency can increase, productivity can increase, automatically in turn organization will grow. That is also another point of importance. And the last point of importance is it helps better control. Better control. Better control in the sense means it can be measured at each and every level. Not just the manager's work is being analyzed, it is analysis of work done by each individual person, or each department, each individual's contribution in the work of that department can be evaluated fast, and in that way we can clearly identify who is responsible or where we have gone wrong. We can very easily find out. Departments as well as employees can be individually held accountable for the results. So in that way control can be taken. We can be very particular regarding where we have to take care, where we have to appreciate, where we have to work more. So in that way, as each level, each person is doing work and they are responsible for the work, we can easily control the aspects. So these are the points of importance of decentralization. But as a conclusion, we have to understand is that decentralization cannot be just done for the sake of doing. No, it has to be done with greater care. Caution must be taken while we are doing decentralization. Of course, the benefits are there, but there is a chance, as each one is given freedom, there is a chance that they can be disintegrated. There can be organization disintegration, because each person start deciding for themselves, and automatically they will, if they are operating on their own guidelines, it can create chaos in the organization if they insist that whatever they are doing is only correct. That can create a lot of problem for the organization. So that is to be taken care when we are going for decentralization. And with this, we are coming to the end of the chapter. Hope you have understood. You can raise your doubts during the meeting, Google meeting. Thank you, children.